There. Here we go. So get your weights. We're going to record. We're going to start with our bar. And I went out in the barn and found this. It's an old axe handle. So you have whatever you use for a bar. One of the neatest things about using a bar is it helps you see. It helps one arm help the other arm, number one, and it helps you stay even, okay? So to get warmed up, I forgot, I left my weights and I left my little 2-inch pad here. And so I'm gonna get warmed up with that. So I'm just gonna step right here and I'm gonna step over. And when I step over, I'm going to bend my knee behind that is still on the pad. And I'm just going to do a little dip. But here's the deal. This one move could actually be not a good move for you if you refuse to think about this picking up the rib cage, okay? It's like if you had a string right here attached up here and somebody's pulling it like almost like a puppet, and I just say rib cage up. So you see my foot goes on the pad, see that? When I come up I have to be, number one, very aware that this pad is going to make me work harder. I have to think harder and be ready to lose my balance. See, because the minute you take your foot up and you come back and over, you're gonna have to really work this foot. That's why it's a good warm up. Okay, so put your foot in the middle, drop your shoulders, breathing through the nose, correct. I see you guys, hi there, coming on. Okay, I'm gonna step up and over. So, this happens very quickly. That means you have to already have your rib cage lifted. That's the key. You ready? So it's a bracing here, just pulling in. It's coming up and over. But if you come up and over and you're leaning out, you need to start back at square one. You don't get it yet. Okay, so I'm spending some time on this because this has everything to do with spine health, postural lineup, knee, proper functioning of your knee, proper functioning of your hip, and your shoulders. Because when you're out here, you're rounded, so don't do that, right? So see, I got my foot in a very dorsiflexed position because I'm sinking. If I'm sinking, I gotta say rib cage up, okay? And then I'm gonna have you do a little test. So see, when you come up and over, if you're a little shaky, okay, if you know you have some issues with balance, don't do this step over without your pole on the ground, without your hand on a wall. Okay, just don't do it. So I'm gonna come up and over and I'm gonna dip. And when I dip, I have to say rib cage up. You will feel immediately movement. You will feel contraction in your spine. Yes, that's what we want. But I don't want you to lose your balance. And again, you're gonna step over and back very quickly, okay? And if you are getting it, then you go right ahead and go up and over. But don't get too confident, because every time you do this move, especially when you're on a very compliant, meaning spongy surface, you're going to revert to, oh, I got to keep my balance. And when you're thinking that, you go like this. You don't realize you do it, but you do it. Because I do it. Okay? See? See how my knee is down? Yeah, just like that. Take a breath. Say rib cage up, drop my shoulders, up and over. And I want you to do it. Somebody might say, well, how long do I do that, Jeannie? And I'm like, well, how long until you feel like you're stepping up and over when you want to, instead of when you're forced to put your foot down quick because you're losing your balance. See what I mean? I know it. So this whole thing you think is warming your legs up. I'm telling you, and see how I'm using this here? Yeah, because I want you to be stable. I don't want you leaning, but I don't want you rounding and coming forward and flexing. I want the shoulders down, so it's that up and over, and it's that very extended in a neutral spine position. Then you get to where you're very smooth with this. You see my leg here? I'm dropping my center of gravity. I'm not leaning because I've just got my hand on this little stick, okay? It's actually an axe handle. I'm familiar with those. Anyway, take a big breath through your nose. Here we go, back and forth. See? I'm going to do 2 more because anytime you step forward, you have a tendency again, unless you're thinking of it, see it right now. Say rib cage up, bring it over so that you come down quietly, so that you come down in control. So I'm trying to use a lot of cue words to help you get the positional challenge here. So see, I'm going to trade. See how I'm doing that? So before you even step, get yourself ready, drop your shoulders, breathing. Rib cage goes up, or if you feel like if this is a better clue, like you have a hook right here in your sternum and a string pulling you up. Once you do that, it's a game changer, I'm telling you. Now, when you're stepping over and back, if you have a proprioceptive issue, which most of us have, you got to know that doing this, if you start going too fast, it's not a matter of if. You're going to catch a toe, catch a heel on the edge of your little balance pad. And what are you going to do? Yeah, actually, I don't want you to try to avoid it. I'm cautioning you. And see how I'm doing this? I'm keeping this level. I'm using this very gently because my knee is soft. I'm coming over, rib cage up. I come down, okay? So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You're gonna catch a heel, you're gonna catch a toe on the edge. Typical move, typical. That type of scenario, even on younger people, will cause them either turn an ankle or outright trip and fall. Now, especially will fall as we get older for the simple fact that, maybe we don't do balance training. Maybe we don't realize that we are having an issue with our balance. And we are losing muscle, which we're doing a lot to try to help keep it. However, keep going. Because see, I want you to smooth this move out. I want you to keep that knee soft. Okay, as you're going over and back, and you want to land on purpose. You don't want to land because you got to quick put your foot down because you're losing your balance. I hope this is making sense to you. This little maneuver, and we're going to go side to side as well, is one of the best things you can do. Seriously, up to like 3 sets of 30 over and back. It is a warm-up, seriously. And if you can do it with this in your hands, Well, good, do that. But if you've used this the whole time, the very first time you step over and back, it's gonna get your attention because you're gonna go, oh man, I'm like tottering all over the place on this little pad. Yes, that's why you gotta work on it on a regular basis to keep the joints, the muscles, your brain, your proprioceptive centers, vestibular centers, keyed up, on alert. And what do I do when I do a little catch, a little trip? See, what do I do? Number one, put your hand, stabilize on the wall, or put your pole down. Number two, drop your center of gravity. Okay, so practice that with me right now. So we've done this one now several times. Let's come over, and then when you come down, just drop. Don't drop yourself forward. You'll drop forward a little bit anyway because you're hip hinging. But I'm saying keep your rib cage up, but lower. See that? Then you can step out. You can get your bearings. See, I'm gonna put my foot back there. I'm gonna go back, okay? Then I'm gonna switch. So, seriously, if you get up and you're like, oh, I know I should do something today, or, you know, I'm at a health club and I'm walking the walker, maybe I lift a few weights. What should I do? Get you one of their balance pads, go over to a corner somewhere, and just do a set of 30 step overs. Okay, every 10, switch to the other side, for instance, or do 40 of them. You get the idea. Because this kind of emotion is warming up your whole body. And yes, your heart is even getting, because it's gotta handle your whole body weight. You're thinking, you're kind of cautious because, oh geez, what if I trip? Some of you have probably caught your toe or your heel already. And so you've got to figure out how to come out of that. And so that's why I'm going over this. And I'm using it as our warm-up. And see, I can add emotion. I wouldn't encourage it to many of you. And as I do this, see, I don't go forward. I come back. You know what that is? Because we're already too far forward, most of us. So I'm gonna come back. See, like I'm doing a backward kind of a row. Okay, not a forward one. Keep my shoulders down, big breath through the nose. Okay, I'm gonna switch over into the other leg here in just a second. Rib cage up, big breath again. Okay, now I'm gonna switch, and again, here is my caution. If you know that you tend to be iffy with your balance, you always have to work out when you're specifically targeting balance systems. You got to be set up. You got to be ready to steady yourself on a wall, on a chair, with a pillow. Your tendency is not to put your pole down, okay? Your tendency is to go like this. And that's what I am trying to get you trained away from, okay? So I can tell you, and I know I have several people out there that have double hips replaced. When I start going over and back on my hip replaced side, I don't have any problem, you know, my knee replaced side. But man, I have to think, I have to concentrate, to really think about my posture. Then when I go put pressure in here, it's much more unstable. So be safe. Yes, challenge this, yes. However, do it where you can put your hand on a wall to steady yourself. You get it? And then always just stop here. See, this might even be too much to go from back here to here all at once. Now, we've been doing this for quite a while, and some of you might be saying, well, why don't you get onto something that's worth something? And I'm telling you, that's what I'm doing right now. It is important to do this kind of motion and to do it on purpose, meaning you're not just falling out of a move to get your hand, your feet on solid ground, right? Okay, here's our pole, moving on, and this one's important. I'm going to do one leg at a time. This is going to be important for using our weights here in just a second. I'm going to put my heel, solidly heel, on the front edge of my little pad. Okie dokie. I'm going to put it right there on the front edge. Now I'm looking at my foot that's on the pad, and it is solid, and I'm going to go down with a hip hinge. I'm going to keep my chin tucked, and I'm going to go down as if I were going to put this pole on the ground. So go ahead and put it on the ground and then press yourself up. And you're saying, why in the world are you doing that? Yes, it is a balance maneuver, yes, but it is a movement, a range of motion that I want you to get very versed in. And what is it? You got to stick your butt back. You got to drop your shoulders. Big breath through the nose. You're going to come down. You're going to act like you're going to put this thing down without putting your head down. Okay, don't make a mistake of dropping your head and keeping your hips way up. I want you to get down there, okay? So keep pushing through the butt. Keep your head, shoulders in line with your butt. I'm gonna do it one more. See, I'm still in the same stance. Big breath, drop your shoulders. Here we go, push the butt back. Push the butt back, push the butt back, push the butt back, and then come back up, okay? Now I'm gonna switch. So I'm gonna put one foot there, ready to go, okay? Then I'm gonna put the other one, and I hope that you have a chair that you can hold on to. You can use your pole or a wall, okay? So I'm gonna put my heel, solid heel. My toe is dropped. I'm gonna push my butt back, keep my chin tucked, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Don't go lower with your head and shoulders. Go with your butt down. Now come up, come up, come up. And if you're doing this right, you are just shaking all over the place. Yes. And if it's uncomfortable, if it's so much that you're like, I gotta get my balance. Here's what I want you to do. Number one, make sure you're on a wall. Go even an inch, 1 inch wider on your foot that's on the pillow, okay? So I went 1 inch wider, and then when you put your heel down, go 1 inch wider that way. Do you see how it's widened now? You see that? Drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. You ready? I hope you get this in your head, because this is kind of something like that if you could do this kind of like on a regular basis, like brushing your teeth, it will help you tremendously, especially if you're doing it on this kind of an unstable surface. Here we go. See, I'm going down, I'm wider now. Okay, drop your butt, act like you can put your thing down, but don't put your shoulders and your head lower than your butt. Okay, go back down, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, big breath through the nose, push, 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 drop your butt, and then come back up, okay? Okay, now, I wanted to do that for balance. I wanted to do that to really start peaking all the muscles around your hip, your knees, and especially get a range with your back in the proper position. We're gonna step off now, and now we're ready to do, so once you've gone through over and backs, and I'm keeping this morning's workout pretty simple. We did a lot of over and backs on both legs. And if you could see, if you have your pad there and you're like, oh, I have to get out the door, I don't know what to do. Get yourself on that pad. Do over and backs with a good, and get to where you can do it smoothly. Okay, do it on both sides. Do it through the day. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and I'm going to pick up a medium range weight. All right, I found my weights. Okay, if you just have a carry, you could do that. But I have my little changer weights here, but I'm not gonna go super light now because I gotta get on with my workout today, right? I gotta get out the door. So this is gonna be, I'll do a few with arms and stuff specifically, but this is a all over body kind of a lift. And what is it? It typically has been called a deadlift, but it's gonna be like a sit to stand type of a thing so that it sounds better than a deadlift. So see my chair's back here. So I want you to do this with me, okay? So don't get scared of it, but think about that position, okay? Hip hinge, chin tucked, go into pushing the butt back. Here's my chair. I'm gonna sit right here. See that? See that? Pretend you have your weights, and then you're gonna come up. See that? So let's do this 3 times. You ready? No weight. We already have done that big motion. Here we go, down, right over your chair, and here's the deal. I want you to be really quiet when you sit down, okay? As you're sitting down, same as you're standing up, I want you to be exhaling. So breathe in right now. Get ready. Exhale, right there. Squeeze your little butt. Drop your shoulder. Chin tucked. Now breathe normal. Okay, take a breath. As you go down to sit, exhale. See that? I watch people a lot when they're doing these moves. Almost everybody, your friends, you, me, everybody. When you go to sit down, you're holding your breath. When you go to stand up, you're holding your breath. So breathe here, exhale, breathe here, exhale. See that? So breathe here, exhale and stand. Squeeze, breathe, exhale and sit. You got it? One more time. Breathe in, exhale and stand. Squeeze your butt, drop your shoulders, shut your chin. Try to go through the nose. Here we go. Breathe and exhale as you go down. Now we're ready. You got it? So I'm going to pick up a medium weight for me, not the heaviest medium weight. I'm going to go, instead of a 9, I'm going to do a 12. Okay? Okay? Drop your shoulders. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come up. So that was just what we did. Breathe right now. You're going to go to sit. Exhale. Right there. Breathe. Come up. Exhale. Yeah. Okay. Breathe. Exhale. Breathe right now. And exhale. Keep going with me. You're doing good. Drop your shoulders. We're going to go from this to the ultimate one that we're trying to get to right now. Breathe. Exhale. So when you're in the sit down or the stand up, that's when you breathe in. Now you exhale. Watch your knees. When you're coming down, do not put those knees together. Do not take them out. Straight on. Okay, we'll do some of that in just a minute. but not when we're doing heavier lifts. Here we go. Right here. And breathe and exhale. Okay? Now, this time, same breathing, same everything, only don't sit, okay? Just act like you're gonna sit. So take a breath, exhale, take a breath, exhale. Don't sit. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in, and then exhale. And if you do this all through your nose, all the better. Just keep breathing. Don't get too confused. I just don't want you to hold your breath as you're going down and as you're coming up. Don't hold your breath. Take a breath, okay? Now don't really sit. Right there, come back. Right there, come back. Big breath, exhale, and come up. Woo! Get really touch. Big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Right there. Okay. That got us to this one. I'm going to turn by the side because I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this down right to here. See, it's right there in front of me. My knees are bent. When I go down to get it, see, I'm hanging here. I'm going to pull and then come up. See that? So it's a 1, 2, 3. So I'm right here. My feet are at shoulder width. So as you go down, bend at the hip hinge and the knee hinge. And then when you come up, straighten those legs, come up, and then come up. See that? So it's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like a little chain of events. Bend, go down, okay, push into the heels, and pull. So that move right there is gonna be my move that I'm gonna do with increasing load or increasing repetitions first, then load. Because right here, okay, so my back is extended. I'm gonna straighten my legs now, right now. I come up. That's when that middle to lower back does the work to get those vertebrae functioning and stronger, okay? The bones as well as the muscle. Here we go, take a breath, exhale, now take a breath, come up, now come up. When you come all the way in, drop your shoulders and squeeze your butt. Here we go, breath. And if you need to stop for a second, don't go so fast. Just get your breathing so you're not holding your breath. Drop your butt. Now push right now, and then you come up. Squeeze your butt. You see how this rotation went? Yeah. Here we go. Extremely functional move here, but we're using it in a training modality. Are you ready? Big breath. Drop your shoulders. Push your butt. Really push your butt. Keep your back extended. Heels. Now come up, 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 up. Straighten those legs and then come on up. See? So I'm not doing a stiff-legged back lift. No, I'm doing this as somebody who might have diagnoses of osteopenia, osteoporosis, back stenosis. That's how I'm doing it, to make it effective but more safe. You ready? We're gonna do 3 more right now. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Breath. Exhale. You're down there for a second, going to the heels. Here we go. Up, 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 up. You're leaning out. And then you come up and then you rotate down. Got it? Big breath. Here we go. Down, 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 down. Heels, push your butt back. Way up there and back. One more. Here we go. Now, where I want you to stop a little bit and hesitate. Go into the heels. Okay, push, push, push. You're staying here. Okay, now you bring that upper body up with the weights. One last one. Big breath. Heels, heels, heels. Open and down. Yay. Okay. Before we change your weights, we're going to just stand right here. And we're going to just bring this right here. See, I'm not rotating anything. My thumbs are where they normally are when you walk. What I am going to do is drop my shoulders. What I am going to do is take a big breath through my nose. And I'm going to go one at a time. I'm going to stay really upright, but my knees are not locked. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. And if I came into your room right now and I saw you doing this, I would not want to see this. See how I'm dropping, getting all out of whack here? Okay, so drop your shoulders, a little bit of a bend in the knee. We're going to come up, take a breath, come up, tap, take a breath, come up, tap, take a breath, up, tap, take a breath, keep your shoulders down, knees are just soft, get that rib cage really lifted. Take a breath, keep your elbows in, elbows in, elbows in, okay? Big breath. Now, do a little hip hinge, a little high chair, or a high stool, a high bench, kind of a hip hinge, and take your elbows in, drop your shoulders, push, and your shoulder blades want to roll in. Then you come back, big breath, roll them in, woo. Push back, roll them in, push back, roll them in, push back, roll them in, yeah, drop your shoulders, roll them in, and just go push, push. So this has to do with your spine, has to do with your shoulders, has to do with your back of your arms, especially. Take a breath, keep your chin tucked. Just two more, just two more, just two more. One more. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm driving Patty crazy on my counting. I know it. Okay, come up. Now open. Okay, now here's the deal. Stay with me. See, I'm resting them on my shoulders. Bring them back in. If you have a shoulder issue, do not be going and putting a lot of pressure, loaded pressure, on a joint as it moves, okay? So I'm getting load, but by resting these heavier weights on just on the edge of my shoulder, I can get a great shoulder rotation. This is a good thing. Take a breath. Take a breath. Try to go through the nose if possible. Anytime you need to, you can use your mouth, but I'm trying to get you to train to breathe in through the nose. Take a breath. Open. So here's what you should have noticed. If you've got a pretty good weight and you're keeping a good alignment, the first couple of rotations might have been tight in the shoulder, but now it should be loosened up. They should be able to go a little further. I know it. That's what we want to do. Take a big breath. Okay, just two more. Here we go. Okay, one more. Here we go. Bring it in and bring it down. Now, with this weight, we're going to rotate and go into our regular, just a curl, just a bicep curl. But I'm gonna do a split stance. I'm gonna drop my shoulders. I'm gonna bring it up 1 and then 2, okay? And you're getting just a little total body rotation. See how I'm rotating my whole body from midsection? Keep your shoulders down. This comes just right to the front of the shoulder. And we keep our heel down and back. We're doing the first set with one leg front, one leg back. Say rib cage up, rib cage up. And now I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna change my lead leg. So there I am. The minute you did that, then say rib cage up. So it's right here in the front. Keep your shoulders down, your chin in, breath, 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 yes, big breath. So when I say breath, when you're lifting, you're exhaling. Breath now, then you exhale. Breath now, exhale. Say rib cage up, hold your stance. Woo. Big breath. Okay, 3 more. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's 3. It's 1 and 2 in, Kathy. I'm going 1 and 2 in. Say rib cage up. Rib cage up. Rib cage up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Step wide. You're gonna put your weights down. You're gonna make your heavier weight up. Don't do this willy-nilly. This is where actually most injuries occur, in weight rooms. Putting the weights down, picking them up, okay? Here we go. My back is extended. So while I'm down here thinking about, okay, what weight am I gonna go to? We're gonna use this position. We're gonna come right here. We're gonna go up and up. Just a little bit, a couple of inches. Keep your chin tucked. So this is through the legs. My back is extended. I'm just doing it like about 4 to 6. Keep your shoulders down. Shoulders down. Okay, I'm gonna come down here. And I'm gonna go up to 15 now, okay? Actually, I'm gonna go to 18. You go to whatever is heavy for you. Okie dokie, because I'm gonna cut. This is gonna be our last move on this because I wanted to keep this very simple. This is a full body press to do this kind of lift, okay? So I'm gonna come in here. So I'm right here, okay, with my whole set. I'm gonna do those 2 moves that I just showed you, but I'm very heavy, okay? And this is primarily to target that middle to lower back area. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna come down, 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 as if I'm gonna put them down. And then I'm gonna push through the heels. And I'm gonna come right here, straighten my legs, and then I'm gonna come up. And when I'm up there, I'm gonna drop my shoulders and then squeeze. You got it? Take a breath. Here we go. Breath in, exhale, come into the heels. Here we go, push. Now don't come up with your upper body yet. Straighten your legs, then come up. Okay, don't miss that. Take a breath, exhale, come down, push into the heels, heels, push, heels, heels, stay down with your upper body, then straighten your legs and then come up. Okay, I know, I'm gonna do 3 more. Here we go, down, 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 heels, see, they're right here, come up, stay hip hinged, then you straighten your legs, then you come up. Yeah. Drop your shoulders, breath. Okay. This is 2. Push heels. Squeeze. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Exhale. Here we go. Heels. Squeeze your butt. And you come up. Okay. Stay right here. Step forward and drop that back leg ever so slightly. Then you step forward. You drop that back knee, I should say. Okay, keep your shoulders down. And see, I'm not gripping my weight at this point. They're hanging off my fingertips. See this? Keep your heel down. Yeah, keep your rib cage up. Right there with a good load. Right there, right there, right there. Stay low as you can. Keep your heel down, rib cage up. Breath. Come back. Step. Come all the way down. Keep your heel down. Rib cage up. Here we go. 1. Push that knee down. See, it's just a little flick. It's not a bounce. Big difference. Rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Yeah. Now hold it down there. Hold it down there. Hold it down there. Hold it down there. This should be done with a pretty challenging weight. And then come up. I'm telling you, what you should understand and recognize is how much prep I did before I got to that. So you don't just come in here and say, oh, I'm on a short session and let me do some stuff and then pick up these heavy weights. No, you got to get your joints, you got to get everything ready to go. Anyway, take a big breath, go open, go right here into your W's, go right here to your T's, and then go right here to your Y. And when you do Y's, if you're around a door frame, a stair casing, if you're around anything that you can hang on to a bedpost that the bed won't move, you just grab that sucker and you just press that butt back. Okay? You just press that butt back, keep your elbow, your ears into your biceps. Really push back, go as low as you can. Come up, turn out, drop your shoulder. Take a breath, drop your shoulder, turn out. Just open the chest. Shake out. And you're good to go. You just loaded, especially middle and lower back, which is what I wanted to do. Okay, hope you guys followed that.